Hello, beautiful folks, wherever you are. Welcome back. It's back again to the root of today. It's one-on-one. It's date 29th of October 2024, as we are having in our partner a country here, Tanzania. A bit we are having a demonstration which is getting on there. There's nothing going to be working in Sirare border right now because of the demonstration in the voting day. Talk about the election days today, and much of the things are happening. Pray for Tanzania also. It's in the postquams and interquams of the day. Also for the people from Jamaica, praying for you, for the hurricanes that have hit you, for the people who have lost their lives. We always talk about glory be to the Lord, and God has to take his own way and make it happen. Back to the system. Also, I've heard about one of the horses from around, which is called Rio. It has passed on, making sure that it's giving out the room. And today's topic is going to be handling and understanding and giving much of the people, telling them the real facts about what is happening today and what has to be said at this kind of the moment. Coming and antagonizing, if you're first time watching this kind of the video, let's keep on getting into this kind of the channel. Let's understand, let us be elaborated and be given the thoughts of the day, which is the Gintu Skikas are gonna be coming right now. And this is how we're gonna be handling this kind of the matters, as we're gonna be solving and also understanding way big large than what we expect it to be. This is the pregnancy time of this kind of the video, as we are just expecting to understand how this kind of the baby gonna be coming out and what is expected. Is it a boy or is it a girl? And this determines the future and determines what you are wearing and what you are carrying at this kind of the moment. And this is the development that you're going to be getting at this kind of the time. Keep tuned, keep it locked, because it's represented with the real G coming one-on-one from the G Castle. And this is the beginning. Back to the system. I've seen so many people have written their own tributes. I don't know if it can be called a tribute towards the Rio death. And also, this is marking the historical way of how people are manhandled. God is not wearing a shot. The more you do bad to others, the more it will come in a back way. We are not laughing about what has got, but this is the real momentum. I can just remember when this kind of the horses were coming, people said and proposed. People were ever there to say, no, this is not the right time, or this is not the right climate for this kind of the pets or the animals or the domestic animals to be placed at this kind of the area, because the area is so swampy. Number one, the area is so cold, and also there's no good shade for this kind of the animals to get shelter from, and also from the wind breaking of the wind that's gonna be causing much of the mayhem, like pneumonia, which is causing much death to this kind of the animals. And when elaborating it, you can understand and estimate there's no grass, there's no enough food, there's no hospitality for this kind of the animals. And the more you look at it, how it's just antagonized. I saw this kind of the way much of the people are being treated in the same way, and the people don't understand. Like, we are thrown to the pogroms, intercoms, and people talk about, no, it's a good way, or this kind of the people they have to be given such kind of the momentum and ABCD. But the real fact, the real moment of understanding, that's how people are treated, and God has the rewards always. And these are the rewards. They might talk about, oh, somebody's causing this, somebody's causing this. This is what we call God's answers always come at the perfect time. And people should start understanding and learning. It's the same scenario I've seen. One of the boys here from the village has talk about a surprise has been given out. Somebody has been told, okay, this kind of the surprise is going to be getting to this kind of the person, and it gets to that person, and again it's going, the same person is going to get such kind of the surprise from the same person whom we talked about, okay, go. And this is the same point I'm going to be reflecting here, and it's going to be coming with the good allotment and also the good momentum when it comes to the real conclusion of understanding how this kind of the conspires and the conspires of the moment comes. Number one, when it comes to, somebody has talked about, okay, can you get this kind of the staffs to this kind of the person? Despite the person understands this person, okay, liquors, yes. This person smokes, yes. This kind of the person will misuse the money. People understands already, and somebody has talked about, okay, can you get this kind of the money, get it to this kind of the person, and after reaching to this kind of the person, what else gonna be coming up? It's in a way like you just deliver, because you are like a messenger, and if you are like a messenger, it seems like you have been sent to go and bring or go and give out what has been given out. And again, you make some of the videos, you are using this kind of the people, like you are filming them, you are abusing them, you are again collecting the stuffs that you ever promised or you gave them, you again taking out of them, and you talk about, oh guys, you know, I will never, ABCD, getting the same stuffs out. Look at what has cast, talk about Matiko. Matiko got a motorbike, Matiko got a bed. Where are they? You can understand Matiko is explaining to me at this kind of the moment, talking to me like, you understand that this kind of the motorbike was brought so as I can change, because he's the one who got Matiko to the rehabilitation center, and I will just talk about it. When Matiko went to the rehabilitation center, they never even registered how much money and now money was paid in the rehab center. And it got to us when I bought a bed and I took it to Matiko's home. Ernest took the position, went to look for Matiko from the rehabilitation center and get him back home. After coming back home, what followed at this kind of the moment? Again, the same people who threw him away so they can just take a wife. That's number one. You can understand, where is Matiko's wife? You can understand the clarity, what I'm talking about at this kind of the moment, whereby Matiko's wife is no longer available. Talk about Matiko's life was thrown into pogroms, was thrown into the desert, suffocate there, demise there, whatever causes, whatever happens, nobody's bothered. We took the absolute moment to go and rescue this kind of the life. Matiko left the boy who is a young minor, boy who is studying in our primary school. He doesn't have a father, doesn't have a mother. The father has been taken from their own eyes and they've been subjected to a swampy area or locked onto a place where they can never see the family again. We took that kind of the career and the courage of talking about this kind of the people can be given another life, another hope of making it happen. Matiko came while he had been so big enough, and when he arrived here, again he was called to go back to this kind of the family and start promoting and giving out stupid and petty surprises. I'm talking about, oh, you just come at ABCD. Even Matiko doesn't recall. He was left vacant. He was left with nothing. And people subjected themselves and helped to come out. Again, he has been promised the same promise. This is the second time, not even the second, the third. Because he was bought much of the stuff, talk about the house furnitures. And they were taken out of the home with the same person, and they were taken to the woman. And again today, I've seen the same stuffs have come back. And let me tell you this. When Matiko's wife was taken out and she was pregnanted, and she was left in the Sirari border, and all the stuffs were taken from the house, including the house was vacant, and only some few clothing were left down floor, being stepped on with the people who were told to go and evacuate all the stuffs from the same house. And the only hope that was left to Matiko is a small mattress that was there that they could be using. I have a wife that has been there. We have been struggling to make it happen. Then somebody comes and takes out this kind of the guy. And what comes again to this kind of the moment? They took everything. So today I've been there and I've seen the same stuffs that were taken to that kind of the woman to Sirari so she can just rent there as she gonna be acting pornography. And at that moment they are now going to be coming back because the contract died. That's number one. The person who was relevant sending money to see the nudic photos of this kind of the cheap pictures of this kind of the lady failed because this kind of the signed contract, it died because of due to lack of sufficient good broadcasting moment, a person who can broadcast and get the real capture of how the surface area is exposed. And real conscience of the matter, we are ever fighting this kind of the conspiracy, the stupidity, nonsense, look what, and we can have to have a good moment of understanding what are we going to be doing at this kind of the generation. But people are talking about again to their bad in this kind of the side. We are trying to reflect and understand where are we heading, and we are elaborating and teaching much of the little boys who are growing. Yes, they might be bigger but stupid brain, or they might be lacking enough mind or enough knowledge to access them or do something which can be seen with the people. Back to the system. The same person is filming from bringing the stuffs to the house and evacuating the stuffs out of the house. People are watching and commenting and talking about, yeah, that's right, that's right. Whoever bought the stuffs, and you both understanding Matiko is a liquor guy, is a smoker, is a joker, is whatever. You understood whenever you promised to give out, you understood the culture, you understood the character, you understood the impact of the person, and also you understood the fixtures of this person. How does he fixture and schedule himself? But again, you go there and give it and just take it out of this kind of the people. Not the first, not the second, not the third person. That is the bad character and courage that we have to get ourselves out and talk about, oh, because they're going to be talking about you have much of the things. Let me say this as a point and take it to the bank, whoever feels. Somebody is coming and talking about, oh, you know, Nyaboase, I can come, you know, I will be the one who will be serving you. I'm the good helper. A good helper, and talking about I'm the richest young boy in Migori County. Who told you so? If you think about you're so rich enough, why can't you go buy a parastatal in Nairobi? Go buy a parastatal, a house, a mega bungalow in Kisumu City, Eldoret Town, I talk about Mombasa City, Nairobi CBD. Go and buy a house if you find like you are so rich. You'll find like this kind of the petty things. You're just filming people and also taking their own stuffs out. I've never seen such kind of a character. Somebody has given out such kind of the thing. Go and give it out. Again, you go and remove the same person, and you are filming to get money and talk about you are the richest boy in Nyaboanse. Very sluggish, stupidity, nonsense, which is the young boys don't understand. And it's because, oh, you might be driving a second-hand vehicle, and much of the people can be footing. And you think about you're going to be having a vehicle. Yes, we don't underrate it. You're going to be having, yes, you might be the young people in maybe, there are people who are born with money, my friend. And there are people who are, even before they are born, their accounts are full of money. Even there's no, you think about even a bank can talk about, it can even decline. No, this is enough money for this kind of the child, not yet even born. And the person is coming to talk about, oh, I have money, I can do whatever. People have jealousy with me. Who is having? If you think about you're going to be having money, my friend, go buy a mansion in Nairobi City and talk about I have money, I can do whatever I want to do. People change luxury vehicles daily. You are talking about, oh, you have a motorbike daily with a helmet like Gintu, and you're talking about, oh, I'm very, very rich. We are poor. That is what I can talk about. It's just a poor person is given a little bit of a moment upper than other poor people, and you're coming to talk about, oh, We are amongst the poor people still. Nobody is rich here. As far as you are there to talk about, guys, support this kind of the person because you understand ABCD, you are still begging for it. And you are begging and talking about you are rich with people's money. I don't be satisfied with that one. We have to think critically and come out analyzing. What are we going to be speaking at which kind of the rate? Whom are we going to speaking to? And what are we doing? Back to the system of animals. We have been mistreated. We have been allegained. We have many subscribers have got money. They have contributed a lot of money to give out to the same individuals. Talk about, I want you to arrest Gintu and put Gintu where he can never be seen in this kind of the world. And let this kind of the people suffer or let them be the way they are until whatever is necessary. I come to the solution. God is never mocked. God is not wearing a short. God has his own time. And I tell you, much of the people don't understand. And I will say it. Do you understand? Like I know more than what much of the people can see. And they can know. And I can see it more than what people can see. Because I said one thing, and I'm telling you as a fact. I said that kind of the village, they have already ventured into one family, which is Ernesto's family, Murimi's family. They're gonna be taking everything from that family, and there's nothing will remain. They will remain, the whole family will remain squatters. Give me 10 years. We will come to the same position to analyze where they have reached. Yesterday but one, the brother to Ernesto, the brother to Murimi, at the Mwango's construction down, they have already sold the land to the same people. And what am I saying here? There's no day we can come out and transform the boys not to do what is unnecessary, because already the cultism is using there. Talk about, there's this kind of a way of using hubs to talk about, I want to buy this kind of the land, and you talk about this kind of the person is very hard to sell. Let me lure and torment with the evil spirits to make sure this kind of the person can sell the land to me. That is what is conspiring, and it's going on in that village. And to the real essence, God is always checking what is happening. When I come out telling Murimi, please don't sell your land, where you are given, your father never sold and gave you the full land how it could be. You personally, with just a period of 1 year, you have been given a land to mandatory on it. You're talking about I have to sell because I want to construct and also to give the dowry to my wife. The wife that you are set up to get from the same people who sold you the wife, and again you are selling your cows to the same people who could take them to the... We have to think critically, but people can never see. And when we elaborate and give them a little bit of lecture, they say that Gintu is tormenting or Gintu is getting to their own businesses. But we'll never ever get out of it. And we say it. Many things going to be happening. As far as you are talking about, oh, this has happened this way, this has happened this way. Again, you'll hear much of the people talking about, oh, you understand. And there was so much money that was picked, people's money that was sent. You use somebody, you use Gintu and talk about, oh, Gintu, A, B, C, D. People promise to talk about, I want to be supporting Gintu in terms of this. People send a lot of money to make sure that this kind of the things going to be getting to this kind of the person I have selected. But you talk about Gintu doesn't have aware, is not aware of it. Let me now do what is necessary. You take whatever was belonging to this kind of the person, you combine them, you talk about you're going to be buying some animals, and they will die. Unfortunately, things will have to happen. Things are going to be happening now and again, because it's not the first time, it's not even the last time. Still, the coexistence of the such spirits are still persistent there, because we have to understand each and every kind of the person, the way the determination is, the forum is, and the decorum of a person is determined to be. Much of the people are going to be coming to talk about, oh, Gintu, you're going to be talking ABCD. Whoever finds it's very worse, go and report it back to the full circumnavigated way, and everything will just be okay, because we have to say it out the way it is. If the death of this kind of the animals is happening, if you have money, you are a millionaire, what is happening for this kind of the animals to die? Use your common obrangata. We are poor and the poverty will kill us one day. Because whenever you see this kind of the person going to be making it, you're talking about, no, I have to do whatever is necessary. Use whatever, whichever means to make sure that this person is brought to the center, and talk about, I don't want to see this person progressing. I don't want to see this person with these people, because these people, I want them to be better than this kind of the team. Very stupid and obnoxious blindness of the brain that is following to this kind of the regime. And if we're going to be talking about, we're going to be making things to come out exclusively, making things to have its own moment forward, we have to exclusively understand what is going to be coming out at this extent moment, and what are we doing to others, and it will be done to you. Right now they are crying like crooks. People are now talking about, oh my living God. You understand, they are crying like Nokias, crying like a telephone, whatever going to be crying like. And they're now thinking about, oh, what has cost, what is really happening. You are crying for what you are doing. The good thing is God punishes you, not even so further, punishes you with the same immediate effect, because God is never wrong. And that is what people has to understand. Whatever you do to the other people, you think about, you are the only selected person God will trust. God knows you are not. You are just a quag, and also you are just a demagogue of the day. Coming to this kind of the portfolio, we have to understand how the statement is and what is going to be coming out. People have said about why and what has caused the deaths of this kind of the animals. Not only animals are dying, my people, I'm telling you. People also are dying. It's like there's this kind of the song which is a reggae music. Whatever you touch shall die. If I've ever sung, I think it's Chris Martin who sang that kind of the song. Whatever you touch shall die. That is what is happening. If they have bought a land from you, start preparing your way. And this is the fact. I saw much of the people also talking about, oh, Gintu, have you sold the fish pond? There's one person who died at the wall, very besides the wall and the fish pond. There's that person who died, and they have already bought the land of the person who died. And what are they doing? They are luring the money to the children who are left. The father was never sold the land. You can understand, when Murimi father was selling the land at the riverbank, and the other person at the river, the other side of Murimi's father, which was the plot to Mogesi's father, but they sold it previous decades ago. That kind of the land, the person refused to sell it out. Even he was offered a lot of money to leave the fish pond there, he refused. But the man has died and the land is sold. Can you start thinking what I'm thinking? And people are going to be talking about, oh, Gintu, you understand, what is really happening? Has he bought the fish ponds? I'm not interested. Gintu is fencing his own fish ponds. And I can never be brought to the quagmires or the interludes of the crinkums of talking about, oh, Gintu this. You understand what has made Gintu to be so transparent the way I am, and also to be vigilant in the manner I am ever expressing myself. One thing is, I refuse to give out my land. Number two, I refuse to be controlled, which is causing much of the boys to talk about, oh, I'm gonna be, you gonna be talking about, yes, let me conspire with them, then I get what I need. Yes, you will do it, but at a shorter period of time. How many people talked about, oh, are gonna be, how long has Mayugno constructed the house? How long? How long? People can come to the real conclusion and understanding of the moment, at the moment right now. Because everybody has to think positively, possibly, like, okay, we are very closer, and we are ever singing the name, we are ever doing it, but it will reach at a time. It's just the singings and the bowing of some period of time. It will reach at a moment you will never be recognized, because this kind of the subscribers, they are tormented with the evil spirits from the same team I'm talking about, and also they are in cult, they are controlled. Because what I'm talking about is, if you have ever seen the rings in fingers, you'll come to understand what I mean, and you'll ever ask why Gintu is talking about it. And this is the biggest testimony I'm giving out, and people come to understand it. Like this kind of the way. Much of the families should be given this kind of the mandate, including Matiko's family. They should be told that whatever these people are coming to film your faces, filming your poverty, filming how dirty you are, filming how not presentative you are, filming how non-presentable you are, and they use the same presentation to represent you unrepresentatively into the platform and get money. And they're going to be getting a lot of money, dollars, hundreds of dollars, to make sure that they are making it to be like you are put in a circumnavigated manner, and they will use you. After that, they will give you much of the things that you will again be grabbed. And talking about this kind of the stamps, I'm the one who brought them. I have to take them at which kind of the position I need. Who can do that? Who can do that? And we are saying we are rich. A rich person doesn't move helter-skelter. A rich person is doing things a rich person is always doing things in a secret way. And even you can never know what the rich person wants to do at that kind of the moment. A rich person can also understand and can do what is necessary. There's no day I've never seen a rich person sending money from, talk about like the funds, like the NGOs. A person talks about, I've ever seen this kind of the billionaires. The billionaires who also give out the charity. I've never seen somebody coming to the television or coming to the social media talking about the money that they gave this NGO. They should refund the money because it has not done what is necessary. There's no day. Even if you give out the money, be eaten in Africa, be eaten to the ground before it reaches to the recipient. There's no day you will go and talk about, I need my money back. It's only the courtesy to do what is called audacity of checking how this kind of the money do the job. It's not like, oh, I need this kind of the stuff because I'm the one who sent them. Whoever do so, there's no one. We are being tracked. We are being used like tormented spirits, and we are just talking about, yeah, they should even saunter to the front seats of the church and even give the testimony. And if you understand this kind of the people are fools amongst the fools and amongst the poverty people in the video, and talk about give them because they are so holy, because of this kind of the stupid things that people are going to be mocking and giving out and talking about, give it back to me, because we don't understand ourselves. Even God will ever punish much of the people and talk about what you are being used and you can never see. You are given mandate of the brain, even cerebrums and also the common oblongata, the hypothalamus are there, but they cannot titrate and burate and see this is what I'm going to be doing at this kind of the cospam. You are using, it's called an opportunistic value, whereby without adding value this person, you are again taking what small this person had and taking it and to be yours. And you're talking about, oh, I am helping and I'm doing whatever is necessary. That is the stupidity of the highest order. And coming out of this kind of the film, I'm going to be talking about that is Gintu's kicker. Whoever can get it can store it, and whoever going to be taking to the bank can be necessary. Because if we don't frame it out, people will say, where were you? even right now, much of the people, many people, due to the independence struggle in Kenya, that people are saying, where were you when this kind of the things were happening? Where were you when this kind of the new law is passed? Where were you? And people are asking the lawyers, where were you when this kind of the laws were passed? Why couldn't you file the cases and talk about, no, we have to represent the people. The manhood and the humanity has to be there. Gintu Skika of the day, keep it tuned. Coming to you in a short while. Hello, beautiful people, wherever you are. Welcome the internet, wherever you're coming from. Thank you much for being tuned and locked in. Always keeping tuned, keep it locked. And back to Mr. Magebo is here, and the condition is conditioning and is just progressing as normal, as everything is just going on. And much of the people are going to be asking about, oh, Ginto, how's the update about Magebo? How are they coping up with the life? And how is everything running to this kind of the entitlement area they are? And what's really the challenges that they're going to be facing at this kind of the moment? Much of the people have not been checking them, how it's going to be running, how are they progressing, is anything that is having any kind of the postcoms, intercoms, crinkums, there's nothing going to be facing. Hey, mambo vipi? Kile kitu iko chonjo? Welcome. Bado hizo vitu ziko? Jigas ziko? No jigas right now. So the house is now very fantastic. Clear. Very good, eh? Exactly. So, Salome doesn't want to look well. Salome. Salome, mambo. Kopoa. Salome is very nice and everything so good. Mbona basi mjai acha basi kuwafunga bado na hizi vitu? Bado hujai acha kufunga. Let me check on Maria. Maria. Uko wapi Maria? Hali iko namna gani? Salamu alaikum. Aya. Na humu? Nyumba ni chafu. Haujafanya usafi.
Nataka nianze.
Oh, ndo nataka kuanza usafi. Unaumwa? Nini mbaya? Joint. So how are you?
Fine.
Everything is good? Today she looks like a very... Sasa mbona unavaa hivi? Hii sasa ni trend gani hii sasa? Which trend is this one?
Na nimezoea tu kuvaa hivi.
Sasa mbona hizi nguo zote? Oh. Kwani hauna nguo?
Zipo.
Ama nguo ziko?
Hii skati.
Oh, hii skati.
Neka juu ya longi. Watu sio ile unavaa kila mtu anakuangalia.
Wapi? Exactly.
Kana kugombana.
Wanagombana. Oh, Magebo doesn't want her to clad on how is it called? Is it a pipe or is it called a trouser? Is it called whatever? This kind of it's like a tight here, something like that one. I'm not in terms of ladies here, but everything is so fantastic. Kila kitu kwa chonjo, lakini leo nimekuletea vitu ndio hizi hapa. Then utakuna kalia pole pole. There's somebody who talked about Gintu. Can you go back and check this kind of the family? Get them some of the seats, and I've already democalized with 2 seats here that I was told again to have to democalize with this kind of the seats. Very meticulous. Yeah, we have democalized with them and very nicely. And I say about thank you very much for the people who are always still helping them to make sure that their life continues and the life goes on very meticulous. So hii moja ni ya Mr. Magabo, ingine ni yako. Haya, welcome. Hamjatengeneza chai?
Nimeweka maji ya uji.
Oh, maji ya uji. Oh, everything so nice. Mahindi iko bado? Oh, yeah. If na vitu mbili tatu. So ndo nataka nipeleke tofali. Guys, I'm still getting some of the bricks that are going to be taking to their house, their construction. There's a support that came out and talked about have to start with the materials, and they're going to be getting there 1,500 bricks, and one brick costs 6 shillings, and each brick going to be transported with a shilling also, which constitutes to 8 shillings per each brick whenever it's going to be landing up to the site. That's the same rate that is always getting to the grassroots if you're going to be transporting much of the bricks and buying the bricks from the local people who are available. These are just the local ways that I can just see, but much of the people, they are so expensive than even there, and that's why I've selected the same person who I bought the last time. It's the same point I'm always buying to this kind of the time. So I think everything is so clear, and much of the people have seen the area is zooming, but nimeona ni kama uko na choo hapa lakini uko na shida. Guys, there's something which I've seen right now, and which is not into the hygienic, and it's not like they have been pressurized into it, but I can say it's something like they had to do it because of insufficient, or it's not there. This is the toilet I'm talking about here. You can see so much flies here. They're now getting into this kind of the position here. As you can see, they are attached, and they have just put this is a hole that was here. It's not meant for them. It's somebody who dug this kind of the hole here, so you can just make sure you're gonna be constituting to his or her own plot, which is this kind of the piece of land which is here. But this is where much of the pathway is, but I don't know if it's meant for people, it's meant for the public, I don't know. But I understand that this is where people are passing through, and I think whenever you see this kind of the condition of a road passing or a pathway passing, it constitutes like there must be something here. Even if it's a road, there's something gonna be created here for a pathway. So this is a toilet that you're just using at this kind of the time, because we said you're gonna be constructing a toilet, but at this kind of the rate is a bit a problem at this kind of the moment, because of unconditional circumstances they're gonna be facing still. And you understand, we have ventured ourselves into their modern house that I'm constructing there, so you can just get them there. It is just a center, or talk about a position they are placed to cope up with this kind of the life, so they can just stay here for a little bit time or a little while, as we're gonna be getting back to the construction, as it's gonna be getting small per small, a unit per unit, a course per course, to make sure you're gonna be reaching to the brim point, and that's where we're gonna be reaching here. So if you're gonna be still, we had a problem here that was the iron sheet leaking, and which is a bit having much of the problem still to the site here. But I understand it's a bit of time, and we used a lot of money. Much of the people contributed a lot of money during the start of the construction, because we had to use extra materials to the construction of the house from the foundation, and also people contributed in terms of their food, their hygienic, and also people contributed for their medicines, and also the hospitals, and much more, because even people contributed for the food, people contributed for the clothing, people contributed for this kind of the house to be in this kind of the stage it is. So it took us a lot of money, and people right now, they are gaining. And I'm going to be talking about sorry for the people from Jamaica, and I've had much of the hurricanes that have just got them, and I say God protect you wherever you are, and everything will just be okay. From your relatives who are just in Jamaica, and maybe your family was in Jamaica, you are in the US, and I say that let it be to the Lord, and keep tuned, keep it locked, because the Lord has the purpose of everything here. So it's just the hurricanes, and we're going to be saying early recovery for the people who have got much of the miscellaneous maybe problems, or any kind of the problem that has got them, or any kind of the tragedy has got them. I say a cure to this kind of the side, and this is what is just propagated here, and we understand everything will be so fantastic. The condition and the environment are a bit cleaner, and I constantly talk about, I always check and understand everything should be so fantastic here. And whenever they're here, kwa hivyo breakfast bado ndio unaweka uji iko ndani naiva. Exactly, they have now got inside some uji wa maziwa. Uji wa maziwa inakaaje?
Anapika uji afu unaweka maziwa pake.
Or they cook porridge. You have to stir the flour, then you pour, whenever it's gonna be cooking, you add milk, which is a milk porridge, and it's very sweet for the children mostly, and also for the people who understand how to cook it. I understand she's a good chief chef here. If she could be oriented this kind of the program of cooking, and understand something like it's a bit of a challenge that got them. That's why you see they're having this kind of the life. But one day, one time, as we constitute, as we get on and on, praying for them, and also giving them the best way for them to go. And even right now they are here, much of the people talk about, yeah, this kind of the family now, it's very, very fantastic. What I'm pressurized with, and I'm glad, is like this kind of the jiggers are no longer available, and we did the best, including right now people could come and bring their own kettles here, so they can just herd and this kind of the, or graze in this kind of an area. It was not guaranteed during that kind of the time, because everybody was passing here, was talking about, or monking and talking about, oh, the jiggers gonna be there. But we have done an thinkable that people could think about things gonna be happening here. So the cows are just wondering, oh my living God, things gonna be changing here. So they like whenever you're gonna be getting them scratching their faces here a little bit here. The cows are a cow, eh? And they're gonna be coming like they want to be exactly. So everything is so fantastic, and it's also enjoying the session, talking about, yeah, keep on pressing, keep it tuned, keep it locked. Because we're gonna be updating you much, and let me take much of the bricks to the site and make sure that everything is arranged. And we're gonna be looking forward when I reach there. I'm gonna be updating you what we're gonna be copying up and what we're gonna be thinking of doing from that kind of the session. Keep it tuned. Coming back to you in a short while. Wacha nichukue matofali nipeleke kwa site, si ndio? Alafu tuangalie tutaanza lini, eh? Exactly. So we're gonna be taking the bricks to the site and see what we're gonna be popping out. She's looking at me and talking about Gota. Oh, Ayuba Koko. Exactly. I'm gonna be checking also Ayuba. I'm gonna be passing through the way and making it happen. Keep tuned. I'm gonna be back to you in a short while and pressurizing and getting things to be done where necessary. And this is the Kariba of the moment. Hello, internet. Keep tuned. Guys, I'm going back to the site a little bit here, as I promised you here. And we're going to be checking the materials back to the site and understanding what we're going to be putting now. Wango viti. Gotoja. Machine humu. Go viti. Don't tunafika site bana. Woo! Exactly. So the site is the sighting here. Everything is good, bro?
Everything is fantastic.
Fantastic. Voke.
Yeah, guys.
It's called Voke here.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to be giving yourself a shout out here.
Yeah, guys.
Exactly. Back to the spot here, and the work continues as normal. And we are now offloading much of the bricks here. Yeah. Back to you. Hi, man.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's short of Voke, guys, and Voke is VOKE. Kindly check out, subscribe, like, and share.
VOKE.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I think the light gonna be lighting from this kind of the side here, and gonna be so fantastic and just very nice. And always, I understand my brother here. We have been cooking chips with you.
Yeah.
French fries.
It's been long cooking chips there. Some smokies. Is it called smoky?
They're called smokies and sausages.
Yeah, sausages, guys.
Yeah.
Guys have been.
We have been making it and looking for it. Huh?
No, we are still chasing, guys.
We are still chasing it. Exactly. Keep tuned.
Load to 1,000, guys.
Load to 1,000.
Yeah.
Voke. VOKE. Thank you. Back to the tractor here. It's making it happen. And we are demobilizing here. And much of the gentlemen here, they're making it happen. And we have 1,500 bricks to the site of Mr. Magebo here. And I said it like we're going to be getting small by small. Smaller bit, and we will just make it happening here. The good thing about our tractor here, whenever it reaches with much of the material, it has to be rectified before things are going to be getting worse. And the good thing about Africa, whenever you see somebody who is operating like a tractor here, this person is well being. My fuel is going down. Hey, Jesus is Lord. My fuel is getting down like a safari rally. I never knew that. Jesus. Hey, exactly. So everything's so good. So guys, I was talking about here in Africa, we have something that much of the people should understand. Whenever you are operating such kind of a machine, talk about like this kind of the tractor here, the person who is operating it, you should be aware of whatever mechanical damage that it will have. Any kind of small or miscellaneous effect that are going to be brought with this kind of the tractor, talk about maybe mechanical or whatever, you have to be reliable to make it happen. Like right now, whenever you reach with talk about the material to the site, you have to strip down, and whenever you're going to be operating with the tractor, sometimes you have to be having an overall. The overall will help you in terms of equipping yourself and understanding what is the problem. You have to strip down anytime. You understand it can break anytime, it can fail anytime, and that is the nature of it. So the bricks are so big and arbitrarily different from the ones that we are having here. Talk about at first, talk about the size, and you can see this kind of the size. You can see how it was, and today this is the size we're gonna be having. So you can now see how this kind of the bricks look like, a bit bigger. And this kind of the bricks, it's a matter of how you understand people. how they always understand you, how they always know you. That's how they will ever sell this kind of the bricks to you. As you can see, right now we have this kind of the good one, and there are 1,500 bricks that you're going to be having here. Back to the site here, the continuation of this kind of the house is going to be kicking off, and we're collecting much of the materials. I said it, if we're going to be getting bricks, we're going to be getting sand, we're going to be getting cements. So what we are just remaining up with is some cements, and after the cements, we can just go ahead and talk about now we're going to be getting much of the top masons who will be coming to getting forward. So we have one of breaking news that we're going to be coming on. There's a person who has said, like, we have to do something called, it's like a, how can I call it? A veranda. And they're talking about we have to squeeze ourselves at this kind of the back of this kind of the house here. We find a place necessary. Talk about we're going to be building it like a veranda. It might be a little bit shorter, and we can just access going to the room via use of the stairs, or so they can just be facing to this kind of the farm here and checking how this kind of the land is. So that is the suggestion that was coming from this kind of the subscriber, talking about everything will just be fine whenever things are rolling up onto the camera and showing what going to be necessary. It's the same. If you have seen how these constructions of how people are just building it, it will be so essential, because the good sense about the veranda I'm talking about here is to make sure that whenever they're going to be cooking, they can put a kitchen outside here, and it will be an outside kitchen. Not every time we will be guaranteed, like we're going to be having LPG gases and much more of all the gases in the room, because it's going to be maybe a digital house and much more. It will have much of the defect whenever it comes to we will not be there at that moment, or we will not be there talking about we're going to be supporting each and every kind of the time. So we have to look for the best alternative way that we will do to make sure that they're going to be surviving. Even if it's going to be using the firewood, it will be so promptly very nice for them to use. And that's why we are just suggesting to have a veranda there that will just be subjected, that the viewing will be onto the farm, and they can now see the kitchen garden, and they can sit there, relax, and also get their own moment. The one that we talked about, we're going to be getting to the front, it will come to the back side here to make sure that they're going to be doing whatever is necessary, like cooking. The outside kitchen going to be put in that kind of the veranda, and it will be so nice, and they're going to be getting some stairs getting on and in. So getting to this kind of the position, people were asking about, oh, Gintu, can you show us the land of Magebo? The land is from that house, as you can see from the top there, and it's accessing. This guy bought the land from Magebo, and I don't know, at cheaper prices that kind of the time, because of the mentality, how it was. You can understand whenever I come to that kind of the suggestion, how people take an advantage. So it reaches here, as you can see, this kind of the trees and this kind of the grass, which is we can call it napier grass. The whole of this section, it's for Magabo. I want to be showing you how big it is. When I claim and talk about we should understand, even if they are arbitrarily having a problem, like right now where they're staying, they're going to be struggling to look for food, struggling to look for the necessary thing. People are cultivating in their land. This is a cultivation. This is somebody who's cultivating in his land, and it's so big. You can see to that far end here, and these are the trees that are arbitrarily having the foundation. Talk about the boundary, to make sure that that's the boundary between the other person and the Magabo this side. The whole of this position is for Magabo, as you can see. The whole of this, so people have already acquired, and they're now using Magebo's position and land to cultivate. And talking about, oh, you know, I leased the land. How much did you lease? Is about, if you're going to be getting interiorly to understand like what the people are going to be talking about here, you will just find yourself in a mess, and the family can even take whatever responsibility. So this is the land. Still it gets to this kind of the river here, and it goes to the far end. You can see still it stretches. Yeah, it gets to the far point, and it's a very big land. I'm telling you, hectares of land, and the people have planted their own greens here, planted much of maize here, so it still goes. Because even you can now see even the top, you can see where the house is, very far point, and you can come to the conclusion like there is something which is not cooking up good. Still it goes, guys, and this is the serious thing. It still goes, and very very, very, very big. So it goes up to the far point. You can see where the maize is. It goes up to where the maize is, up to where the trees are. You can see where the trees are. So big. And it's an advantage that people are taking because of the condition Magabo is subjected to. And when I talk about, he was the only son in their house, to make sure that people are now doubting about, oh, this person has a bigger land, we have to cultivate it for free. What are you going to be doing? So that's why you see the family is not interested with them. They say like, oh, Magabo is having a problem, maybe talk about satanic things, spiritual things. How can you be assured about it? And that is what I can just conclude at this kind of the time. Magabo is here. Hello.
Yeah.
Mambo vipi?
Safi kabisa.
Hii land yote si ni yako?
Hii land yote ni yangu.
Paka huko?
Paka huko chini mtoni huko.
Paka huko kwa mto?
Eh.
Guys, you can see how big it is, and you can see how productive it is whenever it comes to people cultivating here. And that's why they are insisting they cannot get it out. You can see this kind of all of this kind of the maize. Until the far point you can see, hey guys, it's a very, very big land. Huyu arumuzie na shilingi ngapi?
Huyo. Huyo ya kwanza, ile ya juu, ile ya kwanza ndio niliuza, ile ya juu.
Ya juu.
Naona iko na duka, nilimuuzia 50 kwa 100. 50
kwa 100.
Hiyo alinipa 150, lakini hii ya chini, hii yenye amejenga nyumba, ni babu yangu alimuuzia, mimi sikumuuzia.
Sasa hiyo hapo palikuwa ni pa babu yako?
Amna.
Ama ni pako?
Ni pangu palikuwa. Sasa yeye aliruka akasema eti alikata mgongo kwa nyumba kubwa. Sasa nyumba ni mbili. Kuna ndogo na kubwa. Sasa ndogo ndio ile yenye unaona. Alafu hii yetu ni kubwa. Sasa alikata kwa ndogo. Alafu tena akaruka akakuja akakata kwa kubwa.
Na mlielewana?
Hatukuelewana. Mimi hatukuongea. Mimi nilikuwa nimetoka tumeenda kwao na mke wangu huko. Sasa wakati tulirudi, tukakuja tukapata wamejenga hii.
Wameshajenga tayari.
Walikuwa wanajenga.
So guys, you can hear about that story. It's like people came and cut, and he was not even informed, and they are talking about it's their ancestral land. It has to be cut for whichever. So you can come to the conclusion. Sasa hapo unaenda wapi? Angalia mwa ndio ile.
Naenda kuoga.
These are this kind of mushroom, yeah, it's a mushroom here, and it's a food, imeharibika, is a food. So hapo unaenda kuoga?
Naenda kuoga
na kufua.
Kufua hizi.
Okay. Okay, wacha sisi tushushe materials, ndio?
Sasa nilikuwa na njaa na kakitu.
Sasa nitakusaidia aje bana?
Nataka 200 akaweze patikana.
200. Labda 150. 150.
Bado hakuna shida.
Ndio? Wacha kusaidia, nunua mboga bana. Exactly. So guys, he is also talking about he has to buy some greens. Yet you can see the land is the one that is having greens, and they have to go and buy. And the land, it's not listed officially like, oh, I have to cultivate. It doesn't have a father, it doesn't have a mother. But the people are cultivating here, they're talking about, oh, we were given with who? Oh, we were told to cultivate. It's the way they are using them. And whenever they see them with their insanity, or with how the mental problem is, or they think about they have to make these people insane completely, not even understanding themselves, so they can just take over the land. Land in Africa, land in Kenya, it's something which has a very bad omen. In a way, like even a person can delete you because of land. That's why you see Magabo, it's only God who is protecting him not to have or to be endured in such kind of the way. The greens are becoming so good. Tomatoes are there. And it could be their land cultivating, but how? And people are claiming, oh, the person was claiming, oh, he needed to extend it up to this kind of the point here and cover the whole session. And when I came and I started building this kind of the house here, do you understand? People were about even to eat me live. Like, oh, I've stopped the deals. They were constituting the deals behind the level. You can understand, if you come to the real papers, this person can get out from here. If you come with the real papers, talking about, oh, who signed, whose this plot is, and you can find people are messing with other people. Man eat man society. And that is it. So people are just talking about, oh, Gintu, show us the land. You can see Magabo down there going. It's the same land up to where you can see the big trees they are. That is the land of Magabo. So you can you can come to the real conscience of the matter and understand what really is messing with how the area is, the generation is. Whew. Arbitrarily a problem, but we have to go forward and make it happen. So whenever we are just offloading, let's see if we're going to be having much of the things coming, like the cement also we're going to be purchasing, but we don't have that kind of the money. And the biggest thing is we have the material. The bricks are a bit expensive than even sand, and if we get the bricks, we have some sand here that will do some works, talk about 2-3 works. And then after there, now we can just continue to talk about how we're going to be getting. If you're going to be touched, you can just support us, make it happen. So keep tuned. I'm going to be back to you handling the matters. This is Africa. If you are not standard, good way, and willing to get forward, people will mess you for the territory, for whatever asset you have. And they will be eager, looking for it in blood, in whatever circumstances, for them to find like they have to settle in your land. So what we have done here, it's a stopwatch. Like the watch cannot move because people are waiting for the time to reach and take over this kind of the land. But right now, it can never happen. Keep it tuned, keep it locked, keep it tuned. Coming to you in a short while. Guys, at the end of the moment again, and making sure that everything has got to the position. And I appreciate much of the people tuned in and locked in and watching the video from wherever you are. And you have reached the moment here, and you have seen what you have just done to this kind of the family of Magebo also. And today we have already gone there to see where they have reached, what are they aspiring to, and how their life is, and what they are passing through. I've just given you to see the real clarity about the human that we are going to be having. Some of the people are placed to be in such kind of the way, so as the family members can benefit from their own assets. And we have seen a whole territory, talk about more than 8 hectares of land is occupied with the family members, and it's only a small portion that the owner can just only own. And you can understand the whole land, it was taken, it's only Gintu that intervened to have the small portion. And also I was being charged a lot of money. If I could not be strong enough to talk about sometimes I could make my mood to be so sad, and whenever you just see me, you talk about, no, I cannot even talk something here. And that's how I always act if it comes to the stupidity in the village. So as somebody can say and understand, there's no jokes going to be performed here, and you can go direct to the point. And that's why you see the families and much people who ever aspired or wanted to buy the land from Magebo, they find it rough in a way that they see like Gintu is one of the people who are neglecting them or not giving them a room to take over the responsibility that they wanted to go and act onto that kind of the land. But the bad thing is the same family is a bit still dirty, and still Mary, the mother to this kind of the children, talk about Magebo's wife, she's still very dirty. And you are seeing from this kind of the video also, she has still been tying this kind of the young lady with the ropes. I talk about the strings all over the body, and it's a bit like that is the nature, and we cannot take it out of her. And we have tried our best to talk about, okay, Mary, I can give you money to untie this kind of the child. Yes, give me the money. And whenever you give her the money, there's nothing you can do. Today, she will tend to talk about, okay, let me shower or let me get her bath a little bit, then everything will just get fantastic. But at that kind of the module, things gonna be getting worse. Still, we have a long way to go there, and Magebo is acting properly, but he has no say to say in front of the wife. Because of what? I don't know if he is being controlled or he is a controller. And he's so soft. He cannot even react or act. I don't know if there might be a second world war there or a third world war in that house because of talking about this is what you should not do, talking to the wife, or talking will just cause much of the mayhem to this kind of the family, or what will just be wrong. I don't understand. I've never been knowing such kind of the things here. And also, if you are just inspired of talking about you're going to be changing this kind of the life of this kind of the people, talk about Magebo's life and Magebo's family, we can change everything and we can make them happen. We have already got the bricks, 1,500 bricks, and also we have some sand there. It's only like we're going to be looking for the best way to look for the cement and the top mason, which is the labor money that will be paying for this kind of the masons and top handman to work in that kind of the site to make sure that everything is continued very properly. And back to the same section, I say like whoever will be touched to talk about, we have to go forward. I said it, even if it's going to be taking long, but we will make it happen. I will not withdraw my services because I am waiting for whatever going to be coming. A Samaritan without funds, there's nothing can be getting on. And if we have funds as Samaritans, we can make it happen, because today is today, as tomorrow gonna be inspiring to be another day. Back to my friend here calling himself Kiboy.
Yes.
254.
Kiboy 254.
Again, and is inspiring to talk about everything so fantastic in Nyabohanse. A little bit the cold session, and it's a bit chilly, and it has been raining a bit, but I think it is raining another side, and we can just thank the living God, because the climate is climatizing, and we have to appreciate whatever comes out, which is the good way for us to cheer and talk about God has remembered us with the water, which is my father used to talk about how can we call it, whenever you marry, like you have a wife, how does your father call your wife?
My wife in Korean name.
No, in English.
In English. It's a bit challenging.
Father-in-law. You call your wife calls him father-in-law.
Father-in-law.
And your father calls her.
I think it's in-law.
My laws.
Yes.
My in-law.
Yes. Oh, it's not in-law.
Exactly. So back to that, my father used to say about if you have married, and like if I'm married,
yes,
and I've got a wife to my home, she's the one who will be fetching water.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So when the rain gonna be coming, my father was saying like God has sent the wife. Like now I have a wife. God has sent the laws. We are talking about in-laws.
Yes.
The in-law, no.
Father-in-law.
And
I
how?
think it's in-law.
I don't think.
We just find
I have in Swahili, how do you call her in Swahili?
in Swahili, I think. Let's see.
In Korea?
In Korea is Mukama.
Come on. Yeah, come on. Guys, it is called the way it is called. So coming to the same course, Pam, and I'm appreciating you also. You have just arrived back, and you can also give yourself a good shout out here, man.
Yes, thank you guys. Welcome to Gitu Channels.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm Keboy 254.
Yeah, man.
I'm doing inspiring. I'm getting inspiring with Gitu.
Yeah,
I do watching the video here in the village in Nyabohanse.
Yeah.
But the person that I also be close with is Gitu. So kindly guys, go and subscribe to my channel there. It is doing well because I was in 370 and some of you respond to it, and now we are at 392. So guys, if you kindly watch Gitu channel and you also want to support me, let us reach 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
I will really appreciate. We will do more content.
Yeah.
And I also share there about village life.
Yeah.
And how beautiful Africa is. So kindly guys, go and subscribe to my channel.
Subscribe, like, share, comment. It's Keboy. Keboy 254. You can just share it here. It is the channel name. It's Keboy, and you can see it from here. and he is making it happen. And keep shining, bro, and also move on and on and on. Never lose hope. Just go. Have this something called a forward march. Always forward. Focus forward, and we'll just make it happen. And get out of Nyaboans. Well, you have just even if don't worry about the views, don't worry. Get the family, collect your family, which is the YouTube platform family, and talk to them. Give them much of talk about it. Let them give you much of the hope, encouragement. Listen keenly, and also make sure that you're gonna be inspiring with them. And they will just talk about. There's a person in this kind of the channel who knows me since I started the YouTube journey. They're here. They even talk about whatever comes bad, whatever comes good, forward march. And they liked me the way I am and the way we are. We go down views, we go with them. We go up views, we go with them. And they encourage you and give you hope to go. The person whom you have there, whenever you be with 10,000 subscribers, they will tell you that you remember there's one day you went to Gintu in the starting of the videos. I see you back there again. I go the moment you have just, you understand, it will come. And still people can see and they know. The internet doesn't forget.
That's true.
Keep tuned, keep it locked, support Keboy254, and also subscribe, like, share, comment. Also, don't forget my sister, Kate, and subscribe to her channel and also represent her and make it happen coming out, which is keep it tuned, keep it locked. Coming to you live, it's underscore Gintu back to the G Castle here, and we are just administering the change. And the change gonna be changing us as we change with the changes. Thank you very much, bro. See you tomorrow. One-on-one. Tomorrow we'll be having a video to her to his channel, and I'll be representing and making it moving forward. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you.
Nice moment. So you're going to Nyaboanse?
I'm going to Sirari now.
Oh, Sirari?
I will sleep in Sirari. I will not go to
Kehancha. Exactly.
I will just sleep here in Sirari.
Thank you.
So that tomorrow I'll be here.
Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.
Exactly.
So guys, back to the G Castle. We are moving, and other things are just still ongoing. As you can now see, a little bit, we have not yet ventured into the tiling. I think on Monday we're going to be venturing to the tiling work, which is we are still collecting much of the materials like cements and some of we can call them the tiles, and everything will just be moving on and good. The masons of the gypsum here, they are now closing the chapter. They are now washing themselves and to make sure they're going to be vanishing with an immediate effect. I have the top engineer always here. Hi, man.
Hi, too.
How is everything?
I'm fine.
Everything is cool?
Fine.
Exactly. So you're finishing a little bit here? Coating the nuts and much more to make sure that you're going to be skimming. Tomorrow?
I'm fine, but
so tomorrow's work?
I'm going to design this room.
Oh, you're going to be designing it? So the master bedroom here? And it's going to be the design. And do we have the boards that will be enough tomorrow? And what's lacking? What are you lacking?
Fiber tape.
Fiber tape?
And a channel.
And channels? Oh, how many channels?
4 channels and 1 roll of fiber tape.
Fiber tape. And some skimming Gyprock?
Gyprock, I need 1 bag.
1 bag only will be enough. Exactly. And that's what we are now lacking here. So we can just make sure that we are just finishing it up from the gypsum, so we cannot rude with the people going to be dealing with this kind of we can call it the tiles, as going to be coming tomorrow or on Monday to have it done. So already this kind of the room is finally good to go, and it's now going to be needing much of the people to come and put the lightings, as they're going to be making sure that everything is shining more properly and more good. Still it's raining outside here, and you can now see the climate is climatizing a bit, and we have to talk about things going to be having a change the way they're going to be coming. So I appreciate much of the effort you have done, and also supporting and talking about the we have to go forward and get forward there. So back to this kind of the modern kitchen here. Still it's on its way. Talk about it's drying up, because I was given 2 weeks which is gonna be ending this kind of the week. And next week we shall continue with the mom's kitchen here, and we have to progress with it with an immediate effect. Already the concrete gutter is now drying up, and this kind of the season, which is a rainy season, I think it's now drying more properly, use of much of water. So already I think even right now it can just be removed to make sure we're going to be constructing and starting the work of roofing of this kind of the room. And we are running out of time because we have to make it happening as soon as possible, which is the mega way for us to go and also inspire ourselves and talk about we have to make it happen. And that's how we are just struggling with the life outside here. And much of the people don't see it as the good hope that we are doing. People say like, oh, these people are going to be this way, they're going to be that way, they're going to be in this kind of the module, but we have to move forward and also get where we want to go. And still the charcoals are still in the kiln, and we have not yet got them out. We are still talking about we have to go forward, and they will have to make it happen. My mom, she's here, she is still doing some corrugation. This is just yeah, so we are still having a long way of filling this kind of the a biogas tank, and we have to fill it with this kind of the cow dung, and so as you can just mix it to be a slurry. And this kind of the slurry, we shall just make sure that we are releasing it to the main tank, and after getting to the main tank we shall be seeing it coming to this kind of the top. Still we can see where it has reached, but not yet to the brim point, and we're gonna be having it coming full up to this kind of the position here. I see the charcoal, it has got a hole here, and we have to make sure that we're gonna be getting this kind of the hole blocked, so as it cannot bring much of the problems here, because it's gonna be raining, and we have to backfill it so we cannot have much of the problems here and countered at this kind of the point. So guys, keep tuned, keep it locked. Much of the things will be coming to you one-on-one as we make things to happen in the village and support where necessary. You find it, we be tuned with it. So she's mixing here to be a slurry. And after mixing here, as she's gonna be mixing here, she's gonna be uplifting this pipe here, and it's gonna be getting a pipe that's gonna be injecting the slurry to the bottom level of the tank, which is here, and it will just make sure that it's gonna be fermenting and bringing its own gases that will be driving the modern kitchen. So this is the preparation to make it happen. Keep it tuned. Coming to you in a short while, and this is the end. Keep it tuned, keep it locked.